Welcome back to another episode of Disco Elysium. I'm World Undone. This, I believe, is episode 7. If I'm off in my count, at this point it's going to be pretty embarrassing because that would mean I've done it twice by now. It's 1:23 in the morning, and I think it's finally time to call it a day. So I'm going to go to my room, which I now have access to because I've paid all the debt that I owe by selling Kim's hubcaps, and we can go from there.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go. Seems romantic.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you smoked, Kim. I kind of knew, but
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
how did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
Yeah, oh my god. I thought I was just gonna go to sleep and then, oh yeah, so this next 7th episode, we're just gonna start on the second day. Not so much. God, it's already 1:30. How do you think today went? I'm almost afraid to hear the answer.
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. The body is still hanging from that tree, which is unfortunate. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
Though he wishes the body were out of the tree, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll just give up and keep drinking.
Don't worry, Kim. I'll totally be up for getting the body out of the yard tomorrow.
I look forward to that. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much first thing, honestly.
We tried to interview the Wild Pines rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I'm just so close to sneezing, but I don't think it's happening. I wonder if this is because I've been holding down the shift key and using WAS and the game like makes a note of that. Let's see. I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those heels.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on his cigarette. Well, they make my ass look great.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. So, what are our powers exactly? The RCM.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000? Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Ravachol.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
I see. What else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
Makes sense.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Hint, hint. What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules? The coalition government?
Yes, the international community's mission in Ravachol, and the moral intern, more broadly.
Moral intern.
The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens of Rivachol.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Understood. Even though I feel like I have absolutely been misusing it. The moral intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here.
Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Innocence. I remember this. This was brought up in the bookstore. She has, ideology named after her, basically, and Plaisance said, oh, we should definitely read stuff about Innocence Dolores Day. What's their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual.
Makes sense.
Something ominous.
Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
So, what do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
Fair enough.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern.
The lieutenant
Oh,
brings it
whoops.
out to Chestnut.
The moral intern?
It is more than...
Yes, I did. When I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
Leitmotif. I always thought it was pronounced leitmotif.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
Fair enough. I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Okay, so what are my options? God, I gotta stop reading ahead. Okay, things are bad out there. We need them here, giving us the right to police Rivachol. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? It's in humanism. We are the stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois institution, protecting bourgeois rights. Or immigrants, liberal kids, fucking men are turning into women. Right. You know, I gotta go with number 2 here.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Maybe we should make our own law.
Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
Alright, let's look into the night with Kim. Nothing romantic about it. Definitely not.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And interesting that I don't have another option here. If there's a continue here, maybe I failed to check that I didn't even realize. And in Jamrock and the Gree,
We run this city. West of the river is Elysium land.
he looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Bartholomew Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home. Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. The kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you for this, Kim.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks through the door. Well, that was quite pleasant, actually. Right. Anything else I can take a look at in here? Is this door? Nothing. Don't know if I want to knock on this woman's door. She might come out tomorrow morning. She was here yesterday morning. So, it's not the craziest idea in the world. Alright, nothing else to look at here. I guess we go inside? Yeah. See you in the morning, Kim. You want to stay the night? Just kidding. Unless... No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, it's a joke, Kim. Right. So, I think that's our bed in some way, shape, or form. Okay. That's the only thing I can really interact with. Oh, I can try this, check again, if I recall correctly. Let's see, where's my map? Mirror, encyclopedia, electrochemistry. Oh, wait, no, I can't. And I can do this one. That's kind of interesting. So there was one more thing I wanted to look at in my journal. Name unknown. So my name's Harry. I know my name's Harry. And aside from that, I'm pretty much... I don't know much about myself. But I'm pretty sure my name's Harry. In fact, I'm pretty much positive. So that's something I got going for me. Can I open this door yet? Probably not. Yeah, I think it's Kim's door.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
Uh-oh. But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing.
Well, so there's problems with both of those.
Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Let's roll on over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed
Oh.
phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Okay. Right, so we've got murky blackness. The fog, I assume we can't go into the fog correctly. Yeah, can't go over here. There's more murky blackness. Getting my shoes a little wet. Alright, I think we all know where this is going. To the body. We've got a disco ball. That's grim. Getting a little goosebumps here. I gotta say, it's nice not to have Kuno around, if I'm being quite honest. Anything else I can interact with besides my dead body? And a disco ball? Oh, the trash compartment's open. Wonder why that is. Yes.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Elysium. That's okay. What is Elysium? I've been wondering this.
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I noticed that that's a lot less than the current world population. I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, just another type?
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head, like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Okay, so the game's acknowledging that my name is Harry.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Excellent. Alright, so 7:30 a.m. And we're looking, well, we've looked better. So, let's see. Sorry. What can I... Oh, wait.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that? Is this how it's going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one.
Oh no.
You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No, I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Alright, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I'm kind of trying to do a sober campaign. At least as much as it's actually possible. So, let's see. What can I do again? Oh my god. Just game, please. Just work. So I can try the furnace again. That's fine. What I really need to do is check out the place. The hidden place that Kuno set up. Upgrade my savoir-faire and check it out. So the woman isn't here.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside.
Erotic.
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
I'm so alone.
The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does not care. Still no answer.
Alright. Kim, I assume you're already downstairs, but I might as well try your room. No, figured. Oh, if it isn't the Bloody Union. Well, how the turntables. And Kim's got something to say. Well, I'm into it. Oh, Kim.
Morning.
He gives me a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union must have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Completely forgot. That's not like you.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Yeah. There's so many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of two detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Right. So, I have a feeling I'm going to have an easier time passing the checks. Oh, and there's the gardener. Once these guys... Hey, wasn't this closed before? There's a new thing here. The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. You don't actually have to have them be so thinly sliced to see through a tomato. Now, we'll see if there's anything new with either of these people.
Can I help you?
Nope.
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Someone snipped the wires.
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. But they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. You have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window towards the bay. What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
I'm guessing it's so rare that it doesn't actually exist.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day.
The waterlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
I really don't know.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
Okay.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Could be, could be.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here, when or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology? I already know. It's like Bigfoot and stuff.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
I have the green 8 pen and that helps. Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
Well, what does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Fair enough. Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook
Nice.
and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th
Wow.
anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She smiles wistfully.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more
I
later.
see. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
You know what, Kim? I do want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically.
Phasmid?
Ah yes, Phasmatodia. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoology.
Come on, it's an adventure, Kim.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So, a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
So, is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
If you say so. Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
Okay, so what's so special about the stick bug then?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Alright, let's go. So, maybe you should convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really
Nice.
no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Okay, Krim, just one little cryptid, promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture.
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Okay, biggest, tiniest, dangerous... Pen. Invisible... What's the biggest cryptid?
That would be the giant of Coconur.
She says as if it's common knowledge.
The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Coconur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
What do you mean, strange light?
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
She does not elaborate the nature of this luminous further. And just how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Coconur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Are those not basically the same thing?
Who here? No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Coconur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Coconur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Great. This is great shit. You need more. Gravity anomaly. Dig in it. Dig in this parascientific stuff right here.
Alright, I promise, Kim, so...
Of course, dear.
That's all for now, ma'am. Alright, Gart, why are you being suspicious about the phone lines? Yeah.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those.
Yeah, too bad.
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
Is it true there was foul play?
Who told you that?
It doesn't matter. I just want to know who you suspect.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers.
What? That's crazy.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill.
Gotcha.
Yes?
Righto. Now, what's next? I think we should talk to the Union guys. We will get a chance to try to pass the checks before we talk to their boss, if Brer Clark, and then we'll have a chance to pass the checks after we've talked to their boss.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Man, the mood has shifted between us overnight. I remember you being very friendly.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Yeah, that's what I just said. You're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Is that so?
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Oh, this is heating up.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Alright, what's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Man, suddenly you're a huge jerk. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
I see. Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Alright, so what are the options here? Okay, the world needs a financial buffer zone. The privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask those questions.
Let's.
I'll talk to Titus. So, her entire character has changed. Interesting enough. Oh, interesting. So we get different tasks depending on the day that we're in. And we can call the Alice and get the serial number. There's a bowl, there's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. What? You see... Excuse me? Could you... Hawthorne bushes outside. Come on, man, don't cover up the text right as I'm reading it. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and Union placards. So what can we interact with? Money? Yeah. Alright, this is Titus. What are you?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Let's squint.
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Sure, let's try it.
Nothing. Just black.
Okay. So, we'll talk to Titus. Okay, so where's Monica?
This is where you say your bed.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can. Okay.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Great.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Let's not say anything.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief. So we've got Titus, Glenn, Shanky.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
What accent is that?
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
You're kind of a pretty boy with that hair.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Wait, where have I heard that before?
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
He slaps his forehead.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man, in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots.
Theo.
Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s. Early 40s.
Elaine.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
What's a plectrum?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
And the little guy?
Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face. Mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing, the odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 set of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes us up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire. He really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points to my partner.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory.
Excellent.
We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
It's almost like it's our job.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Yeah, I don't think Kim believes this is actually all that funny. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes. Why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
So you just confessed to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
Alright, you murdered him just like that. No remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Shays Electrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
He says it as if it were worse than dying. Okay. Reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Honestly, I drink so much I can't really remember anyone I've sent behind bars.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
So who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
Interesting. There's a lot of options here, and all of them seem pretty good. Sorry, I'm just considering this. You do. You give the commands.
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
He looks around for approval.
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No. You did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
Wait. Okay.
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
Pretends to check his notes.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary? That's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, his jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
Eugene.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hired merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
So, how do you even know he was in Special Forces?
Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm on these goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
I don't know if that's true.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wiped spittle from his mouth. Well, those are wrong things.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information about we're basically solving the murder, but I know it's not usually that simple.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Does it say that? I don't think so. Okay, so who did he sexually assault? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
I'm gonna ask for one last time. Who did the dead man rape?
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment? If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's done.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
What follows is a slow headshake.
It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Maybe a little.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
Well, if they did, I forgot it all.
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service.
Can you give us a few more details? Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Okay, so that's a red check. I don't think I can change my clothes at the moment. Wasn't he a trained killer from Oranese Special Forces? How'd you manage to overpower him? Yeah, we'll go with that.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
So where did this overpowering happen?
What Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
Shanky might be lying. Interesting. Alright, give it a go.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them? Maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure?
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Got other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
So, what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Not as simple as it seems.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Well, that authority is not going to be, passed. Godly. So, I'm gonna take off. Nice talking to you, Titus. I guess.
Rigorous self-critique.
So what does this get me? Interesting art.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will.
That's less funny.
That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Well, that's rough. Bonuses? Oh, okay. So, int and psi, fizz and motes. Not sure how many. Well, it's a little useless because we don't really want to be checking or failing red checks, do we? Learning cap for pain threshold raises 6. Alright, well, sure. So we're still working on that one. We can't internalize anything else, not yet at least. Perception. I kind of want to forget this one, honestly. Because I'm not, or not this one. This one. I'm not going to be using speed at all. So, yeah. Figure that out later. Alright, back to the action. So, Kim, you have anything to say about this?
Yes? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received. During that time, the victim had been... Okay then. Was there anything else? Good.
Okay. So one thing I want to do is level up my... What is it exactly? What do I want to level up my... Prove your authority. Okay, so that's not impossible. Not easy, but it's not impossible. So we need to pass the savoir-faire check. So let's try it. That should get us past the gates, in theory. So let's go. You have anything else to say?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be, Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Oh, someone's got a crush.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
He's right, you know, you're very pretty.
The cold look in her eyes speaks louder than words. She is not amused.
Oh, what? Dish it out, but you can't take it?
It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Maybe we'll talk later. Alright. So, that was something. Right. Let's make some money here. Drop some stuff off the tear machine. Because... well, we could start talking to the dock or the lorry drivers. That is something we do have to do at one point. Oh god, and the racist lorry driver. How could I forget? So, tear machine.
The tear machine stands and your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Yeah, funny how that works in relative terms. Well, I'll try to pay rent today, but you never know. Okay. So this guy, I seem to remember there was something going on with him I could cover. No, we've got important work to do. We've got to talk to Evrard Clare, get that body down. Before I get the body down, I might check it out again. I'm sure Kuno's hanging out here. Friend to the bush. Got something to say?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Not really. So anything new with you?
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decay.
Nothing I could see. Alright. Time to go back to the shack. So, sure. And up here. Now. Okay, just go up here, please. And I think this will probably give me authority. Yeah, that sounds just about right. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to take off our shoes and pants. Like you do. Anything else that would help us? Okay. Now we're going to go here and increase our savoir-faire. Where is it? Wait, can we? Let's hope so. Excellent. Okay. What is this? Oh, right. The policeman cloak. So we can... I just literally... This is the whole point I came up here. Or why I came up here in the first place. Anything else that jumps out at me? Not really. Yeah, can't go there. Not yet.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Alright. Well, let's go for it. Oh, come on.
Nope. No. That's still
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Yeah, very funny. Alright, so... Don't know why I lost the real health. Morale kind of makes sense. Right. So, I really want to get over there. So, we get to level up again. We've got the skill points to share, so we might as well. Accept changes and close.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
58. Don't like those odds. But... Nice!
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes. Let's continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it.
Hey.
The climbing down might not have been as disco as your time, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
Excellent.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Let's put this on. Or grab it, at least. So what does this give me? This gives me a spirit decor. Oh, so this is just shivers, huh? What is shivers? Yeah, it looks like this is pretty much better in every single way. So, might as well put it on. And while we're here, we might as well put on pants and shoes. We're trapezing all around this dirty city, so might as well. Excellent. So what is this? Yeah, now we can check this stuff out. Collecting rainwater. Can we not collect the terror? Or what's over here? Before I check out that door. Oh god. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Can I check that out? No.
Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Okay, so let's see. This is sad, it must have been miserable, looks like I had a lot of fun. Must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor.
Yes, this looks pretty advanced, alright. For now, let's just move on.
Okay, if you say so, Kim. Now you, what's up with you here?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Kim, I'm gonna take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry, we are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Let's take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera. The young man looks happy as well. He's about to smile. Right after this moment, frozen in time. You're sure of that?
Why did you take that?
Something about this man piques my interest. I think this can be a side thing.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Alright, if you say so. What about the windows?
This is the night watchman.
Yeah. Okay, so what else is there? It doesn't look like I could, my mouth is full of marbles. Doesn't look like I can go downstairs from here, or can I? No. In fact, there may not even be stairs there. Right. So what do we do now? Can we go over there? We can. It's interesting. So we can go down these stairs, but I might want to take a look at this door before I go too far. Also, let me take a look at that photo. Photo of a happy couple. Interesting. So let's check out the door here. Oh. What is this place? So we can go back upstairs. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Someone left a coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. Yeah, I've had coffee like that. A standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Is this the Whirling in Rags? Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. And at the bottom, the Union logo, and demand democracy. The door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the Union leader. Okay, so this isn't the Whirling in Rags. Sure. Just a bloody postcard. And what else is there?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
Yeah, it's colored lighter than the rest of it.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside.
Yeah.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Let's browse, baby.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Okay, I was just checking technical stuff.
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Alright, I'm calling it right now. These are the drug materials.
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Alright, high chance.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Let's take a look.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters.
I thought these guys hated capitalism.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Who's Leo?
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Evrart.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the
Yeah,
Debarment
no kidding.
Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Let's take another look.
Remember, Leo, all items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled. The drawer slides shut smoothly.
Interesting. Alright, let's go in the bathroom here. Ooh, glasses, huh? +1 visual calculus, -1 drama. Sure, might as well equip those. Not wearing any glasses right now. They are a bit dry, but hey, it's fine. Speaking of a bit dry, I could kind of use a water or something. Oh, cool, it's a book. I can use books to pass time. So I can't move here. Not yet. Alright, I think we've interacted with everything we can interact with. No, there's one more thing.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
I should have talked to Alice, but I can talk to Alice later. We're not going to use the phone because I have no idea who we even call. Like, I know the cryptozoologist's wife is looking for her husband in crime, but I mean, so what? Like, we don't know where he is. We don't know the number, the place where he's staying at. Alright, let's go. Oh, what's this? All around you, great machines in quiescence. Quiescence? Some of these things I really do not know how to say. Right, so anything else? Here. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. How bloody artistic. How about you? Okay, well, Measurehead and his friends can probably see me from over here.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
I believe arrête means stop.
Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Apparently not. Let's leave. This seems like it may cause some stuff. Stuff that I'm not used to, or not ready to handle. Not yet, at least. Yeah, okay, we might be able to make rent. And we can heal ourselves up if necessary. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund. So, what now? Can I go up here? Doesn't look like it. No, this is some sort of invisible wall, I guess. Kvalsund means whale fjord in Ardan. Maybe Ardan is Finnish. We don't know. So can I go on to here? I can. What do you know? I can also go down the stairs. Let's try the stairs first. Wait. I was just here. And... okay. Wait. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Ooh, coins? Coins? Ooh, a whole flippin' $1. The speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organize in the yard below. Makes some sense. Let's head over there. Seems like something that might be useful. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Oh, locked. Oh. Well, keys have a way of turning up in RPGs. Let's grab the money first. Lots of money, relatively. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Not these. Well, those are massive. Oh, there's a person here. Hello, person. Might as well chat with them. The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
Leo. Ah, I know exactly who you are.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Sick.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
Oh, I've got plenty of reasons.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. What is it with you people and scabs? What do you mean, you people?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then.
Very clearly Irish.
People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep
Oh,
and
God.
other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Maybe he's Welsh.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Can I increase my logic? No, I don't think so.
The containers
Nice!
in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors.
Ah, I see. So he's, remaking them in the Union's image.
It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
This looks like a massive redecorating option, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Oh, like you're doing to us now. Thanks, Leo. You've been very helpful.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
So where is everyone? The harbor's empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
What trouble? He stops, seems eager to tell you more. Well, don't stop yourself on account of me, Leo. What trouble did Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
Really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
Let's try that again.
Oh, most of the guys we're on a strike.
So no one...
Not, but Titus and his boys got into some... Oh, him and his...
Don't go all bad cop on this simple...
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Well, that's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Oh, well, you're just an angel, aren't you?
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
He looks to you for assistance. As curious as I am about the middle school fight, too rowdy. Leo, what kind of fight did they get into? Did they kill a mercenary?
Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to a prized fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellet. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Ooh, Miss Beaufort. I haven't met her yet.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
Yeah. Me and Kim, man. Like this. I'm crossing my fingers together.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd like to suckle on Miss Beaufort, alright?
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on. Who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She
Lizzie.
is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Hang on. Hang on. I think I figured it out. The gardener. Elizabeth Beaufort. Yes, I think that's right.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
Huh?
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Oh.
Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer? a.k.a. the gardener.
Yeah, I guess it was easy logic, but fine. Okay, so this is the union fixer, the gardener.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up. Who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Understood. Something is off about this borscht. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
So what's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
I'm looking for the leader of the Dock Workers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Okay, so I guess that would have been after fake Ireland.
Patience. Deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do.
Let's try not interrupting him.
Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows. Her real name was Miss Bellams. She was a real pretty lady, but when she got mad, all the boys liked her, if you know what I mean, mister. We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did, mister.
Oh, no you didn't.
Yes, we did, mister. Indeed we did. Him was a big, big fellow. Used to drive the Troika near ours' school and everything. Them was all naked too. That's all I got to say about that.
Very interesting, very interesting. Thank you for telling me the whole thing.
Thank you. Almost forgot. Mr. Everard is in that container over there. I got distracted telling the story, but he's in there.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye-bye now.
Marvelous. Okay, so now we know where Mr. Everard is. So, let's go to that container. It's gonna hang out here for a little bit. Because we are ending the episode here. So, we have made a lot of progress in this episode. We have maybe figured out some of the stuff behind the lynching from the beginning of the game. We've learned a lot more about that unconspicuous gardener from the beginning of the game. And I think we're about to finally meet Evrart Claire and get this body down so we can do a proper autopsy and probably get those boots off, which will be quite handy for a fair few reasons. Right, so I'm going to end this episode here. Thanks for watching another episode of World Undone, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.